You see tangible objects, but when you observe yourself within, you see moving images, a world of images, generally known as fantasies. Yet these fantasies are facts. You see, it is a fact that a man has such and such a fantasy. And fantasy has a proper reality. That is not to be forgotten. Fantasy is not nothing. It is, of course, not a tangible object, but it is a fact nevertheless. It is, say, a form of energy, despite the fact we can't measure it. It is a manifestation of something, and that is a reality. That is just a reality as, for instance, the peace treaty of Versailles or something like that. It is no more. You can't show it, but it has been a fact. And so the psychical events are facts, are realities. And when you observe the stream of images within, you observe an aspect of the world within. And so, you see, the man who is going by the external world, by the influences of the external world, say society or perceptions, sense perceptions, thinks that he is more valid, because this is valid, this is real. And the man who goes by the subjective factor is not valid because subjective factor is nothing. That man is just as well based, because he is bases himself upon the world from within. And so he is quite right, even if he says, oh, this is nothing but my fantasy,
Carl Gustav Jung, the greatest psychologist of all time, a suspected homosexual, that's what I think with Freud. He has 5 black books and 1 red book. These are spellcaster books. The greatest psychologist of all time has a whole book, and it's on YouTube, the audiobook, you can even see it, a whole book called, I think it was Magic, and What to Do with Magic. And basically it's a rod that talks to him, talking about giving his integrity, peace of mind, and soul, his solar. If he gives his soul, right, he gets whatever magic is offering, but he doesn't know what magic is. He just knows it's tempting. He has a book where he sells his soul, not in a cryptic, oh, I think you're reaching, Zherka. No, it's like 1 hour straight of that same language. Like, this is something that no one would refuse. But Jordan Peterson, these people don't ever talk about this. They talk about his work, but they don't talk about this book. He has a whole book talking about himself selling his soul. And I found out you have to soft read his hieroglyphic and symbols in a sleep state, in a opposite of wakefulness, right, drowsy state. And so I'd soft read it, and there's something demonic about it, but it lined up with Albert Pike's Morals and Dogma book. Like Fuzi said, he watched me when he was depressed. I was his guilty pleasure. He wasn't creating for months, which is funny. I watched him, synchronicity. I watched him when I was depressed. I wasn't creating, and we're like mirrored in fight. It's very crazy, right? And you'll notice things happen years later. It's almost like deja vu that synchronize to what's happening in your present life, but it's from the past. And you're gonna notice these synchronicities, and apparently in the mental plane that we all share, they're real. That means billions of people sharing the biggest symbol on earth, the cross. We don't share that in the mental plane by accident. Because Carl Jung said there's no such thing as coincidences.
Listen, a book I recommend from Jung, you're saying? Yeah, I like alchemy a lot. I don't recommend Ion, right? That's really advanced. I don't know why everyone goes there. But yeah, that's a great book. And the guy who said he loops 2 weeks happy, 2 weeks sad, if you have this looping life of 2 weeks you're happy, 2 weeks miserable, it's so simple, dude. You're having weeks where you're being versus weeks where you're thinking of being. When you're thinking of being, you're thinking of the past or the future, which is big no-no. Big no-no. Anytime you think of anything in the past or the future, you are about to destroy everything you have here. And I'm telling you right now, it's not about thinking of nothing like a Buddhist. Just follow your desires in right now. So if you have a desire of being a millionaire, what would that look like? What would you do if you were a millionaire? Well, I'd get up and I'd shower. So get the fuck up and shower. Oh, yeah, but I'm not a millionaire. No, get up and do your millionaire shower. Then what else would you do as a millionaire? Well, I'd go to the park and I'd do this. And you start living your fucking life when you start using the faculty of imagination that anchors you into the feelings of winning. And the feelings of winning are always in the moment. They're not in the future. They're not. God, you are cursed if you're winning in the future. I'll tell you that. Because that means you might get it, but it's not going to come to you in what's healthy. It's going to come to you in an abstract way. Like you're unconscious, that it's like tuning you into these different frequencies in life. You're unconscious. It doesn't speak a language, right? It just says yes to whatever you're demanding. So be careful. Can a man talking about the future demand something? Not really. It's not a scary demand. If I knock on your door and I say, I demand this in a week, you'd laugh. But if I knock on your door and say, I demand it now,
donated $5.
You'd be like, oh shit.
Any advice for someone while not dressing or needing it?
Yeah.
Easier said than done.
Way trickier, yeah. Yeah, we don't talk about how tricky that is, but listen. Whatever you want in life, close your eyes right now. Don't take my word for it. Try it right now. Close your eyes. Imagine you already have that. Linger in the feeling and see if you still want it. And chances are it's not the real need. It's just an illusion. And there's many of these illusions you go throughout the day that are going to dominate you. But once you unpack them, once you make that opposite real, then remember, when it's the opposite, you don't have it, you want it, then they cycle like wheels. But once you make it real with your imagination, then it's real and you don't want it anymore, and it dissipates and your anxiety lowers because the need goes away. The need goes into something else. It could be something superficial, whatever. It just keeps transmuting. And you can do that for all your thoughts until you come to the base form of what you need. And the base form is what you actually want.
DNV donated $5.
Compare Jung with Freud. Well, Jung is the best because these meditative practices were based off imagination, how they've been done for thousands of years. And like, for example, you guys learn best through examples. Imagine yourself in your childhood home so we can invoke emotion and feeling immediately in your meditation and you're not blank. Now, don't do this practice alone every day. A lot of people drive themselves into psychosis with this. But, okay, the whole chat, imagine you are in your childhood home.
Let's go, pal.
Shit, I'm going to forget what I'm saying here. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, right, for the active imagination that you guys love to talk about. That is, it's a little too intense of a meditative practice to start with, especially without a coach. But imagine you are in your childhood home. And then go to the basement of that home. Find something like a basement if you don't have it. And start digging a hole. And keep digging. This is an unconscious exercise. To what comes out of your unconscious, I don't know. But something will pop up in your head when you're digging. And chances are, since we're live, nothing's going to pop out because you're not alone. When you're alone, this is a lot easier. But what pops out is going to blow your mind. And as soon as that unconscious becomes conscious, you are healing. Do you understand? So for you guys, it'll be, I swear the biggest issue for chat is you guys follow a million channels and just like sedate yourself with content. I think that's what a chat is. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you right now, bro, you're probably 18. You're going to blink and be 30 and 40 and 50 and nothing changes. No one teaches you how to think. Like, you go to school to train your memory for some books, but it's not thinking. And here's something that'll scare you even more. If every intelligent being on earth they've all written it, whether through scripture or whatever, they've all come to the conclusion that all is mind, that there's an objective and subjective experience that's happening at the same time, and you have insane control over your, not insane control, you have ultimate control, meaning you're even manifesting when you don't feel like doing it.
The world hangs on a thin thread, and that is the psyche of man. Nowadays we are not threatened by elementary catastrophes. There is no such thing as an H-bomb. That is all man's doing. We are the great danger. The psyche is the great danger. What if something goes wrong with the psyche? See? And so you see, it is demonstrated to us in our days what the power of the psyche is of man, how important it is to know something about it, but we know nothing about it. Nobody would give credit to the idea that the psychical processes of the ordinary man have any importance whatever. One thinks, oh, he has just what he has in his head, it is all from his surroundings, his thoughts, such